Welcome to another quick stream here. As always, this is Jay. I'm a coding tutor. And now, today, actually, this week, I am starting another new batch of tutoring for a client of mine. And a common thing that I do whenever when I start a new batch is I kind of insist, I insist that my students learn how to use GitHub, because as far as I'm concerned, GitHub is at the heart of everything you do as a developer. Okay, version control is important. Your GitHub, essentially becomes like a resume for anybody who's trying to become a developer. So it's important. So even before I start talking about coding and answering other questions, I always spend a considerable amount of time explaining to my students that yes, GitHub is very, very important. So with that being said, now for instance, now if you go here, I see that a number of students from my batch have already started following me. So let's open one of their accounts. So you can see here that it's a brand new account. It kind of looks like this, right? So what we need to do here is, so you have your brand new account, you need to take your brand new account and make it look a little bit better. So this is what this video is about. Hopefully it will be a short one. So let's go ahead and see here. So what I'll do is, now I have a new account here. One of my students, I believe her name is Pavitra17. So she has gone ahead and created a new account. She's following me. So probably she is one of my new students from the new batch. And on the left side, we have my own account, which is, I've been using it for many, many years. You can see here that I've been using it for many, many years. All of the stuff I'm doing and everything, it is listed and stuff. So the very first thing you want to do is, I would like you to update your name. The ID, it can be anything you want. For example, I created ID many years ago. I was working on a project called Study Nildana. So at that point, I figured, okay, I will use that word in my ID. Now that is not easy to change. I don't think it's even possible to change. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. So it's fine. The ID cannot be changed. However, the display name is totally up to you. So first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead. Oh yeah, and if you want to visit our website, please do. Yeah, okay. And we have a Discord as well. Just go ahead and join our Discord. We have a lot of students, and we are trying to build a community. So yes. So the very first thing you want to do with your brand new GitHub account is to update your display name. Okay, so update your display name, because there's not much you can do for your ID, sure, but you can always put an appropriate display name. Now my full name is Vijayasimha Bacharli Radhakrishnan. So it's a very long Indian name, which is difficult for my clients to pronounce. So I use a short nickname called Jay. So you could put something here on the right side, something which is easy to pronounce, easy to say, and so on and so forth. So first step, go ahead, update your display name. The second thing is, of course, by default, GitHub will assign you some default icon. I know, there are always some people who are concerned about putting their own photo on GitHub. That if you have a really personal reason to not put your photo, I get that. But the first, come on, this is 2023. Everybody's photos is online, and there isn't much damage a person can do with your photo. So it's fine. Go ahead, upload a nice photo, and make sure you update it on a regular basis, at least once a year. I've seen people still using photos from which they took like 10 years ago. Obviously, every year you get older, you look different. So this is how I look right now. So I put a recent photo. So the second thing you want to do is to go ahead and update recent photo. Please don't put photo from 10 years ago or something. You don't look like that anymore. So please use a current current photo. So that will be the second thing that you want to do for your GitHub account. And the next thing is, when you are new, obviously you won't have much things to show, but you know what I'm saying, it doesn't matter whether you have anything going on. Just create a bunch of repositories. Don't make it look blank like this. Don't keep it blank. just go ahead, just create a new repository. Just go to the top right corner, click on new repository, and just create some repositories. And then there's a button here called customizing your pins. Just click on it and just select some repositories you created and just make them show up on your screen. So that's called pinning. So the next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and create a bunch of repositories, and then pin 2 or 4 or 6 of them on the main page. All right, so go ahead, do that. Nothing wrong with it. Even if it doesn't matter, even if your repos don't have anything. But as you grow as a developer, just like how I have many repositories for my students and things like that, you will also have things going on. So these things grow over time, but till then there's nothing stopping you from pinning a few things on your account, simply to make it look filled up. The next thing is, you see here on the left corner, you have an option to mention your job. You have an option to mention your location. You have an option to mention your time zone. You have an option to mention a contact email address, and you have an option to link your Twitter and other social media. Let people know what you do right now. Like if you're a student, then mention that you're a student. Let people know where you're from. I'm not saying you should put your entire home address here, but at least let people know which city you are in. It always helps. And don't forget to mention time zone, because today we live in a global world. For example, in my Discord channel, I have students from all over the world. So knowing the time zone really helps people to coordinate with you, and so on and so forth. And of course, please mention an email address in which people can contact you. I'm not saying you should put your phone number, but an email address is not that dangerous. So let people know, if they want to contact you, what is the best way to reach you. And as far as I'm concerned, email is still the most safest way to contact people. And then add some links, like this is my resume, so added that here. So you could put your online resume, you could put something else, and then you can make sure go ahead, use Twitter. Even if you don't use it, create a Twitter account, just put it there. It's fine, nothing wrong with it. I use Twitch, so this is my Twitch. You may be using Instagram, then put your Instagram here. And obviously, if you're just starting your career, you have to have LinkedIn. So please make sure that you link your LinkedIn as well. And of course, as you use more GitHub, you'll get some badges and achievements, so keep using GitHub and you'll get some badges. And I have a pro subscription, so I get that badge as well. And I am part of an organization, so again, that is being listed here. So please make sure that you have all these things connected, so it looks much more full. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that update your contact info, social media links, location, and social media links. Please do that. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying share personal information, but these things are already public and available on the internet. Nothing wrong in linking that on GitHub, because that is how people can find you. And after that, the next thing is, you can see here that GitHub has this graph which shows you what you are doing, coding and things like that. So when people come to my account, they know that, okay, I'm regularly working, I'm an active developer. So whenever there are no dots, that means that day I was not working. And whenever there are lots of dots, that means I was working too much. So this is a good way to tell people that, hey, this person is an active developer. He's been using GitHub regularly. So go ahead, go ahead and use GitHub, code regularly, especially if you're a student. Like your parents may ask you, what you're doing these days. You joined a course, where is the proof? Ultimately, everything in life is about showing proof. So go ahead, use GitHub every day, and GitHub will record all the things you're doing. Okay, and it is easy to tell people, show people, like when you apply for a job, or your parents or your friends or your classmates. or your tutor that you are an active developer. So go ahead, use GitHub every day, learn how to use GitHub every day. On my YouTube channel, on my Twitch stream, there are many videos I've made about how to use GitHub. You can watch them, or there are many videos online also. Go ahead, learn how to use GitHub and code every day. Okay, if you're a student, if you're trying to become a developer, you have to code every day anyway. So make sure that you do it, and you make sure you code and use GitHub every day, and let your activities get recorded like this. Very, very useful for your career. So the next thing you want to do is code every day. Code every day with GitHub and get everything, get the green colors, get the green dots on your profile. It really helps you. Anytime a student wants to work with me, anytime a student approaches me for internship, or they want me to give them a reference, or want me to give them feedback, I always, first thing I do is I check how many dots they have. So make sure you contribute regularly on a regular basis. So there you go, folks. That is a very quick stream, a very quick recording of what you can do with your a new GitHub account. New GitHub account. Just go ahead and make sure that you are you do these basic things, okay, basic things, because your GitHub becomes like a resume. So just to give you a quick summary, you have a brand new account. Don't forget to update the display name. Make sure you put a nice photo so people know how you look. Please don't use some photo from your high school, or things like that. Please take a photo today. Everybody has smartphone these days. Take a selfie, or ask your friend to take a nice photo where there is a lot of light or something, and then just go ahead, upload that photo, and then create some repositories, pin them, very important, pin them on top of your repository on the main page, and then update your contact info, location, social media links, and time zone. Really helps you when it comes to connecting with other developers. And finally, of course, if you want to become a developer, you want to make sure that you are coding every day, and you're coding every day with GitHub. So you want to make sure that, okay, you get those green dots. Okay, get those green dots. So when you apply for a job or something like that, just show them your GitHub account, and they will know that you're working hard every day. So there you go, folks. That is all I wanted to tell you today. So it's a very short stream, very quick video. As always, please visit my website, go ahead, join my Discord server, and just learn. Okay, all right, thank you so much.